on connecting to and building community. We are committed to helping individuals break cycles. We are delighted that you have taken the opportunity to join us. So prepare yourselves for this week's teaching and equipping session. Get ready to be educated, equipped, and set free as you listen to this week's broadcast. And thank you for joining us.
Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. I am Cunningham with DREEMM, and I'm so excited to bring this message to you tonight. This is going to be very brief, and this is a treat because we normally, women, we don't normally live on Monday nights. It's normally the men who are doing their teaching sessions on Monday. The women's sister to sister session is every third Monday, so we're coming up on sister to sister. But this was a word that God gave me Saturday and told me to release on Sunday, and I did not get a chance to release it. So I am going to give it to you today, and I'm going to give it to you short, very much to the point. And of course, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to the DREEMM team. Let me share the information with you. So in the event you do have questions, you can reach out. You can also put your questions in the chat box if you're watching us live, so that way we can follow up with you. At DREEMM, we help individuals and families break cycles. And DREEMM actually stands for Deliverance, Restoration, and Education and Empowerment for Me Ministries. So that is who we are. We are located in Forest Park, Ohio. We have Sunday morning worship service every Sunday at 9 a.m. It's for 1 hour. And then we have men's empowerment, which is every Monday night. Sister to sister, again, is every third Monday. And then we have marriage enrichment, which is every third Friday. So join us for those sessions. If you have questions or need to get more information about the sessions, definitely reach out to our team so we can talk to you more about it. Now, I have talked about this before, and it's going to be a recap for some. And for some of you who've never seen one of our broadcasts, this may be new information to you, but I like to start at the beginning and give you guys some background first before we go actually into what the message is for tonight, okay? So I talked about when I was younger, in my teenager years, my aunts would sit us down for these great discussions with all of the younger teenagers in our family. We would call these come to Jesus meetings. And so they would get us together, but they would impart wisdom in us. And one of the things that they imparted in us, one of the lessons was praying about who you surround yourself with and praying that God will remove certain people out of your circle. Right? So this past week, I put a message up on social media, and the message said, before you ask God to expose fake and toxic people with hidden agendas in your life, make sure you ask for strength first. The list may blow you away. The list of people that God will expose or remove out of your circle may blow you away, because we may think that everybody we're surrounding ourselves with are all for us. They go for us. I've known them since my childhood. I've known them through school. This was my best friend. This person always got my back. And then all of a sudden, God exposed their true motives or their true heart. And a lot of times that can hurt us, because we thought, I'm as good to you as I think you are to me. And when I recognize and realize that that particular person is not playing the part, or not the person I thought they were, it can be hurtful. It can be hurtful. And in those moments, you can find yourself chasing Judas. Okay, so let's talk about who Judas is. We already know in the Bible, Judas did betray Jesus. He was the one who sold Jesus off for some money. And that was how the soldiers got to Jesus, because Judas' betrayal. He was one of the disciples. He walked with Jesus. He ate with Jesus. He was selected by Jesus, and all of that. And there's so many messages out there about, sometimes your haters have a purpose in your life, and so many different other motives and different other messages. But that's not the message for tonight. The message is to us when we start to chase after Judas. When God starts to reveal to you who that person is, when that person's heart is revealed, when that person's motives are revealed, when you recognize this person is not for you the way you think they were, so you begin to chase after that person. I don't want to lose you. I don't want to let you go out of my life. I miss you. We have a lot of fun together. We do all kind of things together. We have all these life experiences together. I don't want to lose this person, although this person has been revealed to me who they really are. And sometimes it can be hard to let that person go. Sometimes it can be a struggle to come to grips with what is happening here. Sometimes when you're going through the emotions and you're dealing with the emotions, you can find yourself actually chasing after your Judas. See, one of the things that I heard when I was praying about this was Judas is a noun. It's a noun. It can be a person, place, or a thing. Anything. It can be a person, place, or thing. Judas can be your place that you've been trying to get to. And for whatever reason, God knows you've been praying about this. God, please show me if this thing is for me, if this business plan is for me, if this company is for me. And every time you try to get in the door into this particular organization, or you try to get this thing started, all of a sudden it crumbles because God is trying to let you know this is not my plan for your life. This is the Judas that I'm trying to keep you away from. Maybe it's that relationship that you just keep trying to make work and you're not really sure why this thing keep falling apart. Or every time I give 100%, I notice this person is only giving 50% into this relationship. And it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a friendship. It can be a sisterhood, a brotherhood. It can be college friends. It can be co-workers. It can be colleagues. And I notice that I'm starting to feel like God is pulling me away from that person and isolating me away from that situation. And it's because God is trying to protect you. But because we don't understand what's happening, we may find ourselves chasing after the very thing that God is trying to protect you from. You may find yourself chasing after the very thing that God is trying to remove out of your life. The stressor that God is trying to remove out of your life. You may not know the conversations that are happening in rooms behind your back where this person is talking about you, putting you down, saying you're worthless, and then they come around you and they're smiling all in your face. You know you my girl. You know I got your back. You know you my boy. I'd never do anything like that to you. So we find ourselves gravitating and pulling on this person because, one, the loneliness of being without them is more than we think we can handle. Two, we convince ourselves that maybe the person's not so bad. Maybe the company's not so bad. I mean, they do pay me pretty well. I mean, I am paid pretty good. Maybe I should just stay here and stick it out. Maybe I'm supposed to, continue with the business plan. Although every time I touch this, I just get a feeling like God is telling me not to do this. But it can make my family lots of money, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and move without the okay from God. I'm going to go ahead and do what I want to do. And that's when we put ourselves in the wrong position. We remove God from the position of being head of our lives to us being the head. So you start driving and God is no longer with you. See, I talked about this before when we end up in a position that God is no longer at. God is saying, I'm supposed to be connecting people to you, and you're supposed to be at X, but you're not at X. You're at B because you're doing your own thing. You've got your own agenda. You moving away from where I called you to be because you're chasing Judas. You're chasing the very thing that there are warning signs every time you come around this person. Some people say, I don't know what it is, but I get this feeling every time I go there. I don't know what it is, but it's like, it just don't feel right, or it don't sound right, or, something crazy happened every time this person come around. That's your warning sign. And oftentimes we overlook those warning signs. Sometimes you may overlook that warning sign because I've known this person my whole life. We're family. So I overlook the warning signs because I'm caught up in, our relationship. We family, we colleagues. Our parents were best friends when they were in school, and then they had us and they raised us more like sister and brother, or brother and brother, or sister and sister. So we become best friends. And every time this person come around, I feel judged. Or this person always got something negative to say about me. Or this person agenda is not even hidden. How they really feel about you. They say it out in the open. They put you down while you standing there. They don't even wait to do it behind your back. I'm going to do it right to your face because I want you to know this is how I feel. And then we overlook that and find ourselves in a position where we are chasing after Judas. That person, if you are not careful, that person, place, or thing that you can title Judas can quickly become your God if you're not careful. Judas can be money. Judas can be that new house. Judas can be that car. Judas can be a person, place, or a thing. There are so many things that you can put in the place of God in your life if you're not careful. That's why it's important. The Bible says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all of these things will be added to you. If I'm seeking him first, as I talked about before, even before you make any decisions, any decisions for your life, any of them, let me go to God first. God, is this for you? If I get that warning sign that, hey, something is going on here, something's crazy, hold on, let me pray about this. Let me pray, because every time you come around, something crazy happens. Let me pray. Let me figure out what this is. Let me get some discernment, and then pray for strength at the same time. Because when God reveals who you are and he removes you from my circle, I'm going to need to stay strong and keep it moving. That's what you're going to have to do. I'm going to have to be strong enough to keep going. And even if God shows you that your entire circle is not for you, you just not good at selecting people to be associated or affiliated with. You are not good at selecting companies to work for. You do not do good due diligence, and you do not do well when it comes to selecting people to be in relationship with. So God, I need you to take control of this situation, because obviously I'm not making the right decisions when I'm just out here willy-nilly and making connections. Maybe you don't make good business decisions. So you can't lean out unto your own understanding. But I need to go to God. I need to pray about this before I do anything, because I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm starting to see that 1 + 1 don't equal 2 when I'm in charge of making the decisions. And for my life, that's exactly how I do it. God, tell me if this is you. If this is you, God, I need to hear clearly this is you. If this is you opening this door, I need to hear clearly. And if it's not you, just close it. I don't even want to see the opportunity. I don't even want it. I can't accept this until I pray about it, until God gives me an answer. That's the second piece. Because many times we'll pray about something, but we won't wait for God to give us an answer. I prayed about it. I asked God if I should do this. I feel good about it. Okay, but did God answer? Did you give him time? Like, when did you pray? Did you pray 5 minutes ago, or have you been praying for a while? Like, what is it? Especially when it's something we really want. When it's something that we really want and we really been waiting for, and we really desire it, we go after it full speed ahead. We don't even stop and ask God, God, is this you? And then when all the chaos comes behind it, when all the crazy jumps out of the box behind it, all of a sudden we're going, God, I need you. God, please come through. God, please fix this. God, please solve this, resolve this issue, resolve this problem. God, please deal with this situation. God, I need you to show up, because I can't handle this anymore. Where was the prayer before you move forward? Where was the prayer before we made a decision? See, Darren and LaShawn talked about wisdom on Sunday yesterday, and that was a very powerful message. And if you did not have an opportunity to listen to that, I would tell you, go listen to it. Go listen to that message. You can watch it on our Facebook page. You can also watch it on our YouTube page. Dream Team OH is our YouTube page. And you can see all of our sermon series on YouTube. But that was a very powerful message that they released yesterday, and I really would encourage you to listen to it, because it really correlates with this message that I was given. Stop chasing after Judas. Now, this is not a message to say that you will never encounter a Judas. Now, will your Judas be the same Judas that was mine? Probably not. Will they probably act the same way in our lives? Probably not. Will my Judas and your Judas do the same thing? Probably not. Will your Judas hurt you as much as mine hurt me? Probably not, and probably will hurt me in a different way, in a very different way. But we may all encounter a Judas in our lives. There's somebody that you let in, that you let close to you, that you believe was really for you, and they're not. And like the message I got, it's a noun. It can be a person, place, or thing. I keep sweating and going in for this company. I'm there before the company even opens. I'm there when everybody else goes home. I'm investing all of my time, my effort, and energy in it. And I'm getting hit every time something come up. You know, it's just craziness how all of this stuff is falling apart. And I'm the only one running around trying to keep all the wheels turning, keep everything going. It can be, you know, maybe your Judas is, I went in, I bought the house. I didn't know that this was not God. And now all of this crazy mess has started happening with this house. God was trying to tell me not to sign these papers. I should have known, because as we were getting closer to the closing date, everything kept happening. And I kept saying, God, are you trying to tell me something? But then I get good news. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe God's not trying to tell me something. Maybe it was the car that you purchased. I really wanted this particular car. I've been waiting for this car for so long. I wanted this since I was a little child. And now I got my dream car. And everything keeps happening and going wrong. And I lost my job the day after I got the car. And now I got all these car payments to make, and I don't have any way to make it. See, sometimes it's a faith thing, but sometimes you have chased after Judas. And you have ended up in a position where the very thing that God was trying to keep you away from, the thing he was trying to protect you from, the thing he was trying to remove out of your life, the stress he was trying to get rid of so you wouldn't have to go through, because he is all knowing. So he already knew what was behind that. You did not know. And he tried to remove you from it, but you began to chase after that thing. And so now you're in a position where you have to deal with it. See, I said to one of my aunts earlier this year, I said, I'm thankful because I am getting ready to turn 40 this year. At 26, the doctor was coming in telling us during the cesarean that I would not make it through the night. Like this was the end at 26. But God has allowed me to see 40, and I see it as a blessing and a privilege. But what I know at 40, but the wisdom that I have learned over the years, I now take into 40 because I've been through some things. I've got some stuff to talk about. I've got some stuff to teach people. And I told my aunt, it's almost like I'm moving seats at the table. You know, I was on the side where everybody was sowing into me, but now I move to a seat where I'm on the other side and I get to sow into someone else who comes and sits down at the table. And I don't take that lightly. I think it's a privilege to be able to do that. And so at 40, I'm excited about this new level, this new growth, this new place, and this new position that I get to go into. But see, one of the things that I read up on today was Revelations 12 and 11. And it said they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. One of the things I thought was interesting was by the word of their testimony. See, that's what that education is like. It's like a testimony. I now get to tell you mine. One of the things I used to like in high school was when they would do open book tests. You couldn't fail an open book test. Well, some people could. But you weren't supposed to fail an open book test because all of the answers are right there. And if you read the chapter, if you read the work, if you even paid attention in class, when the teacher said open book, you can go right to the answer and to the question and get it done correctly and hopefully get 100 on the test. You're in a position right now where this is an open book test. I've already been through this. I've already took this test. I've already seen the questions. I already know what to look for. I already know it because I've been through it. So I get to share this experience with you. So now you have the answer. So when you come to the test, you can walk right out with your testimony. You shouldn't struggle at the test the way I did if I've already been there. And those who sow into me, it should be the same thing. Kai, you shouldn't struggle with this the way we struggle because this is an open book test at this point. We've given you the answers. So you know number 1 is A, number 2 is C, number 3 is B. You already know this. So when it comes time for the test, you should be able to fly right through it. But if you still falling and stumbling over the same things that the generation before you, then the people before you, then your circle is struggling with, and you're still falling over the same things, chances are you didn't learn and you didn't get the answers for the test. And whoever is giving you the information is not giving you correct information, not a firm foundation. And that's what's important. You need to have a firm foundation. That's why it's also important who you're listening to. Who you letting speak into you? Who's in your ear gates? Who's giving you a word? Who's telling you, girl, this is what you should do with this particular situation, and this is what you should do without it? Isn't it interesting that people who always have something to say or words about a situation have never dealt with it? The people who want to give the most marriage advice have never been married or have been divorced. Like, they've got all the marriage advice in the world for you. Never been married, but I've been in a relationship for the past 12 years with the same guy. We never got married though, but I'm gonna tell you what you need to do in your 2-year marriage, because I know. Or I've never really been in the position that you're in your company, but I'm gonna tell you what you should do in that position and how you should handle this situation with that coworker who acting crazy at your desk, and it's going to possibly get you fired and possibly jail time behind it. I'm gonna give you that advice instead of giving you sound judgment and wisdom, giving you wisdom and telling you, hey, this is how you operate in wisdom. Yeah, sometimes you can't do what your flesh wants to do. But that's what happens when you have the wrong people surrounding you and you give them access to you. So that's why when you pray this prayer, it's important that you understand what you're asking for, and that you understand that I need to also ask for wisdom. I need to ask for a spirit of discernment. And I also need to ask for strength, God. I need you to give me strength. I need you to help me stay dedicated to you, because I don't want to put anybody in your place, God. I don't want anybody, the head of my life, trying to lead me in your place. I need you in that place. And I need to be submitting unto you and you alone. Everybody else can go, but I still need you to be here. At the end of the day, I need you to stay, God. I need you to be here. So you guys, that's all the message I have for you today. Again, stop chasing Judas. Stop chasing after the thing that God is trying to remove out of your way. The stumbling block that God is like, I'm moving this out of the way so you can keep running. And somehow you are chasing that stumbling block. Or God is removing people and you going back and go collecting them again, because I looked up and realized nobody was around me. I told that story, how I prayed that prayer, and that's exactly what happened. All the people that I thought was friends, all of a sudden stopped calling, stopped coming around, stopped checking on me. It was like overnight they were gone. And I was like, where'd everybody go? I need to get everybody back. So I start calling them. Now, I done prayed the prayer, God, remove them. But I go call them and go chase them down. Chasing after Judas. Again, I've done this test. I'm giving you the answers to the test. So now you can go out and you don't have to do the thing that I did. See, I had to learn the lesson the painful way, because I chased after my Judas. I chased after the people who criticized and put me down and told me I was no good and wouldn't make it to be anybody, and nothing special about her. I chased after those people because I felt like I had to have them, because I'd rather have you than be by myself. You're my best friend, right? You're my best good friend. And then I found out that is not the way to go. I found out the painful way that is definitely not what God wants for your life. It's definitely not his will for you, his purpose for you, his plan for you. That's not it. And so now that I've given you the open book answers, I done gave you the answers to the quiz, to the test, you shouldn't stumble over the same thing that I stumbled over. This should be your opportunity to keep going and surpass where I've made it to. You should be able to pass this test with flying colors, because now you know the answers. All right? All right, y'all. So it was so great connecting with you guys on a Monday night. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. And we at Dream will see you guys again later in the week, maybe, or possibly on Sunday. Talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.